Hello, we are going to be reviewing resident communication. And from your property's dashboard, the first thing you'll need to do is click on residents over here on the left. And this is going to be where we are pulling your residents in from your property management system. And all of these residents in the information that we pull comes directly from there. We have no ability to change it. And every night overnight is when that list gets updated. So if you have move-ins, move-outs, that should all be reflected the next morning based on what has been changed in your property management system. In here, we will have the names of all of your residents. If you have building and unit filled out in your system, it will come over, phone, email, and then tags. Over here on the right, you're going to see tags for each resident. Some of these tags are going to come directly from your property management system, like building 1 is one that came over. Others are ones that you can add yourself if you would like to manage a different group of people. So you can see over here on the right, we've got a few, building 1, cat owner test, floor 1, etc. And floor 1 is an example of if you have, let's say, in your property, floor 1 all has to get their windows replaced. You might want to create a group inside Notify here so that you can communicate directly with those residents about progress. As in, workers are going to be here between 10 and 2 working on your windows. Please make sure that your apartment is ready. So I can actually select that tag, pull up just those folks that are floor 1, and I can communicate directly with them. To add any additional tags, we just click this plus sign. You can type the tag name in, hit enter, and then it's going to add it. And then to get people added to that tag, I can come in here and I can select a couple of these folks. I can go up here to manage tags, and then it will let me pick one of these tags. So I can assign them to floor 1 as well. And now those people all have the floor 1 tag. We also have the option to add language tags. These are going to be appropriate for folks that have a different preferred language other than English. So there are 32 languages in here to choose from. So have a population of Indonesian residents and you want to tag them with that preferred language, or Spanish, or whatever makes sense for any of your residents. Same kind of process. You can come in here, you can select those residents, go up here to manage the tag, and then you could add that language tag to those residents. Where this is going to be important is specifically for texting. When you send a text message, a mass text message, or an individual text message, we will see that language tag and we are going to automatically translate that message into their preferred language. On the residents page, for each of these residents, we will also have the ability to click on them and get a little bit more information. So if I click on Jackie, it is going to give the same details, building, unit, phone, email if there is one, opted in for texting, and any notes that might come over. There's a texting panel. This will be individual text history with that person. And then there'll also be calls. So anytime the resident has called in, there will be a call history of those calls as well. To use the mass calling feature, first you have to select the group of residents that you want to call. In this example, we're going to say that building 1 has a massive water leak and you have to turn the main water line off to the building. I would select the tag building 1, so now only building 1 residents are selected. I'd click the select all button. I'd come over here to the phone icon and click mass call. This window is required information. You do have to put in a subject and description. These two things are only used for reporting purposes, just so you can find that call again later if you need to. So I would maybe type in mainline water shut off to building 1. The description can either be used that you can type out your actual message if you want to use that for assistance in recording it, or it can just be, on this date, we shut the main water line off due to a massive water leak and hope to have it back up by 2 p.m. You would call this number, type in this PIN code, and then you record your message. After you record your message, you can listen to the message again, you can re-record it, and then once you're ready, you push a button, then you'd come in here and you'd click next. As soon as you do that, it is going to call all of the residents that you have selected and play them that message. You will get an email. The email will have all of the history of what just happened, but the mass call history also lives over here on the left-hand side of the screen. So this one was a test call. It went to 47 residents. So if I click on it, we can see on Tuesday, December 3rd, we test called building tag 1. You can download the audio file or the status report, and it will have a list of all the people that we called. The status report, which will also be in your email, will be an Excel spreadsheet that shows you who it called and then how that call resulted. So did they answer and we played them the message? Did it end up in their voicemail and we left the message in the voicemail? Or did the call not go through? To use the texting tool, you do first have to opt in your residents. We do recommend that you let them know that you are going to be using a new texting platform. You can give them the number that is going to text them, let them know that they're going to get an opt-in message. If they want to get property-related text messages, then they will have to opt in for that message. Once you've let residents know, then you would come in here and you would say, send opt-in text message. That texts all of the residents in the list that have a valid phone number, and then they have the opportunity to respond with yes, no, or ignore it. Anyone that has opted in to get text messages are going to have this text icon here in their profile. And if I click on this person, it will say texting opted in. If a resident has not opted in, I can click on them and it's going to say texting, resend opt-in text message. That means that they have not responded with yes. They also have not responded no. If it was a no, it would say resident has opted out of text messaging, which means you are not allowed to text them and our system will not allow you to do so. In this instance, if you did need to resend it because now they're saying they do, but they can't find the message, you can hit resend and it will resend them that text message opt-in. To send a mass text, all you have to do again is similar. You select the residents that you want to text. So I'm just going to select this group of people and then go up here to the top, click on mass text. It is going to tell me that 3 of the selected contacts have not opted in for text messaging. So 2 of them have, 3 of them have not. You do have to enter in a subject. This is for internal reporting purposes only, so you can find that text message later. So again, if you were text messaging about the main water line, you would probably put main water line, maybe put the date there, and then you would type your message here. If you need to attach an image, you would click this, insert your image, and then when you're ready to go, you hit send. We text all of the people that you selected. If any of them have a language tag, we're going to automatically translate it into that language. And if they text you back in their preferred language, it will translate it back into English. So when you receive it, it will be in English. I do want to point out that there are some text message limits down here. 10,000 is the number of mass texts that you send to those people. If you're texting one-on-one with a person, that does not count towards your limit. There's also 1,000 MMS messages, which means that you are attaching something to that message. If you hover over the eye, you can click here to get a refill if you are running low on either of those message types. To manage your text messages, there is a separate texting page. So on this page is going to be very similar to what you're used to on your phone. It's going to be a text history of all of the text messages that you have. So you'll have individual people, and then when it is a mass text, it will have the title that you gave it, how many people it went to, and then the message. If I click on this storm warning one, it will show the message that was sent. You cannot reply to group texts. And then I can click on storm warning up here, and is going to pop up a window, who it was sent by, what the message said, and then the people that received it. It's the same for individual texts. If I click on it, we're going to see the text history for that person. If I click on their name at the top, it's going to bring up their detailed information. At the top here, you can sort by all, unread if you have any unread text messages, and then if you want to see your list of mass texts only. You can search up here at the top, so you can type in anything and it is going to fuzzy search all of your text messages to see if it can find what it is that you're looking for. And you can also start a new message from this window. If I click on this new text icon, it's going to bring up a window where I can search my contacts. Now, if I type in Jay, it's going to bring up Jackie and Jay. Those are 2 opted-in residents. You can only text residents. And it's only residents that have already opted in. So if you have 15 more residents that start with J, If they're not showing up, it's because they have not opted in. And you can only pick one of these at a time. You cannot do a mass text from this window. Texting is also available on your phone through our mobile website. We do have an app coming. It should be ready in the next couple of weeks, but in the meantime, if you go to log in on the same website on your phone, you can also access all of the mobile texting and your maintenance schedule. But from here, it functions the same way. You can click on any of your text messages, read text history. You can see your group messages. And you can start a new message with a group or an individual as well. We will be sending out a new communication once the mobile apps are ready for you to download from the App Store. Thanks for your time, and let us know if you have any questions.